Welcome, stalkers. It is I once again, the Pale Reaper, with another Ghostface video. In tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about something very interesting indeed. Something a long time coming. I know a lot of us Ghostface fans, mask collectors, fanatics of all things Halloween have been anticipating and requesting for a very long time. And that, of course, is what amounted to become the 30th Anniversary Mask. Now, this is something very compelling indeed, especially for somebody like myself. Now, we're going to take a look at the mask itself, where I'm going to go into a bit of detail about the mask. But to bear in mind, this is something for a Ghostface collector like myself, I'm sure you can tell. I have been very on edge for, and now, having seen it in person, in part of my own collection, may I present to you the 30th Anniversary Mask. Oh yes, here it is. Just look at this beautiful shroud. Now I know you can say it's very similar to the 25th Anniversary shroud, but with a few differences. And of course, we're going to take a look at the tag here. It's the same size as the 25th Anniversary mask, of course with its own differences, as I'm sure you can see. Now, we're also going to take a look at a few details of the shroud itself. Now, it has a lot of similarities to the 25th Anniversary, but with one major difference. Now, if you take a look at this, it's not just a display hood. It comes with... Let me just get this for you guys. Here we go. Okay, right. Okay, so it also comes along with its own little shroud. So you can remove it from the display hood, and you can place that hood on any mask you like, as if you'd want to take it off this one. And of course, I'm sure you'd like to know, for eyes itself, they have been hand cut, just like the original Gen 1 it has been based upon. Now, bear in mind that this mask did not come from the original first generation mould. The mould itself came from a recast of an actual Gen 1 mask. We're unsure as to which Gen 1 mask in particular, but what I want to do here is compare the mask to my own Gen 1 and Gen 2. So let's have a look. Hi guys, here it is. I thought it'd be interesting to try and see how this would look. On the left we have my first generation mask. On the right, my second generation mask. And in the middle, the 30th Anniversary. You can see a distinct similarity between that and my Gen 1, which is a second dimple, as you can clearly see there. The Gen 2, as you can see, with its typical mouth indent and the large dimple at the bottom of the mouth, or the jaw as some people like to call it. This thing is beautiful. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Ghostface mask to be too wide. I do love a mask that can look a bit older, and when it comes to the Gen 1, Gen 2, any of the older masks, it looks nice to see them with that vintage look. But of course, this is a new mask. So, what do you guys think? I'm sure a lot of you are going to be very happy with this, considering the ridiculous prices that people tend to list a Gen 1 for online. Which I think is absolute bullshit if you ask me. I don't understand how we can just put that kind of price on something which was mass produced. It's not like things are actually hard to get hold of. But people out there have their reasons to want to sell something they once bought for a $5, maybe $10, and then market it off for $500 to $1,000 or pounds, wherever you're from. I have to say though, the mask itself is absolutely stunning. The shroud and hood combination is something I don't think any of us expected. We of course saw information being introduced by RJ, which did give us a slight impression of what we could expect, but he never mentioned anything, as far as I'm aware, about that combination. But it's something very welcome indeed, along with a beautiful vanilla scent and the glow-in-the-dark feature, which sadly I have not featured in this video. I no longer have my UV lamp, so I'm going to have to invest in one. Maybe we could do a video where we look at all of my masks and see how the glow effect matches up. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it's your first time to the channel, be sure to stalk me by subscribing. Be sure to share the scares. And as always, be sure to keep it creepy.